So one of the key things you want to do if you're playing this game as a beginner is probably get to the highest point and then usually run away from Homer at the moment he sees you. So the reason we want to do that is because usually there's no real way to outrun Homer. The only way to outrun Homer, which you can see over there. And if you're wondering which one is Homer, he's always going to have a light, in front of him. So if you don't know who it is, it's the big person because you can change skins in the game. So if you see someone, you're like, where's Homer? Is that Homer? Well, if they're running towards you with a light, they are probably Homer. So right now I can see this guy's coming into the tower. So what I will do is I will try and avoid him as much as possible. So it is hard to survive, but the game is either hide or do some kind of parkour so you can get to really obscure structures. Now, you can see right now there's only 5 people alive and he's still chasing people. And most of us are up here. So that is basically the gameplay experience. So of course you got 3 maps. You got the Lighthouse map, you got Moe's Tavern, and then you've got the Simpsons house. I've already shown you guys the Simpsons house. This is of course the tavern. And I do believe that he is coming up here. So I can see him. Yep, I can see him coming up here. So you can see that the very next best thing is to just parkour away from it as quickly as possible. And remember guys, you do move a lot slower than him. So it's always important to remember that you can't outrun him. You can only out parkour him. So it's best now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run all the way back up here, just away from him again to get away from him again. So, I mean, it seems pretty basic, but trust me guys, this game is super funny, super weird and super scary. And that's the only way to survive. So yeah, there you go. Every time you survive as well, you do get plus 50 quids. And if you're wondering what quids are basically the in-game currency. So quids are basically used to buy different skins. So you can see there, of course you can buy some or you can go to the skins and then you can see the different skins that you do have. So when you click these skins right here, you can purchase them. So for example, if I wanted to purchase a Lisa skin, I can purchase and I can equip it. So when I'm in game, if I'm playing as Bart or the person that's hiding, I'm going to be playing as Lisa. If Homer, if I want to play as Marge or these other ones, of course, you're going to see that you can just do the same thing again. Okay, so it just depends on if you're Homer or if you're Bart. And you can see now the game mode selected is classic and we're probably going to be shifted off to another map. Now, this map is the spaceship map because it's basically a long spaceship with tunnels. Now, this one is super interesting as well because this map essentially allows you to go through many different, places. And the thing about this map is that you make sure you only go through the Bart things because those are where areas where you can actually go through. So if you can see something that's labeled Bart, you can actually go through it. And of course, if it's not labeled Bart, you can't go through it. Now, of course, there are certain hidden areas like back here which are pretty crazy. They're super dark, but you do have a good chance of survival. So this is probably one of the best areas because the lighting just isn't good. Now, of course, I probably might die here. I never know because the problem is that you will have a dead end. So in the spaceship map, this is, one of the maps as well that is super dark. But if you do see a Bart logo there, you will be able to actually go through that area. If you don't see a Bart logo, then you're not going to be able to go through that door. Now, of course, remember, you do have 4 abilities. You've got the light to see in the dark. So if it is super dark in some areas, you can use the torch. But remember, if Homer's chasing you, don't use it. Oh my god. So Homer's going to come here now and this Bart just completely screwed it for the rest of us. So Homer's probably going to be coming. And this second one here is basically where you taunt Homer. So if Homer hasn't found you and you want to taunt him by having a voice line, this is what you press, the taunt button. And then these ones like the pizza and the taco, it's nothing. Like they don't do anything. It's purely cosmetic. Okay. So of course, basically I'm going to then show you guys what the best thing to do in this game is as well. Another map is here. This map is called the Krusty Krab. And this map is by far one of the coolest because there are tons of hiding spots. There are tons of loop spots. And it's really good for beginners if you want to get a feel of the game. So one of the spots that most people go to is they climb up this ladder right here, and then they go all the way over to the clam that is on the not windshield, on the actual thing right here. So you jump onto this part and then basically you jump on top. Now of course you want to make sure that you avoid the Homer and don't do the jump if you're a beginner as well, because if you do fail the jump, you do drop down and Homer can get you. So this jump is pretty difficult, but you can jump right onto the edge there, and it's a pretty difficult jump for Homer to make. So in this map, you can also go inside, and I'm going to show you what happens when you go inside the Krusty Krab, because there's some secret hiding spots in there too, like a really cool one. And so yeah, the last loop on the Krusty Krab, if you're getting chased by Homer, you basically run in here, and then when you're coming in, you run around here, okay? And then you run out the door, okay? So that is one of the common loops that you should probably try and do. Of course, there's a hiding spot in here, but this one is just not good because you're pretty likely to die, considering there's no way. But is that a hiding spot? Oh, there's a secret hiding spot in here as well, which I actually didn't know about. So yeah, there's a secret hiding spot on the top left corner. if you can manage to see it. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. There's a ton of different hiding spots in here. But remember, guys, if you're hiding in these spots, you're quite likely to die because Homer is just, likely to just come straight through and then there's no exit. Okay, so if he's here, you're probably gonna die, like, because there's nowhere to exit as long as he comes through that door. Now, sometimes the game will do this weird glitch where everyone gets a Homer. I'm not sure why this is a glitch, but I think since the game's still in its beta phases, this is just a glitch, and it kind of turns into a frenzy where every Homer does have to find the Bart. These ones are pretty funny. You can see when Bart dies, you get 230 quids, okay, if all Barts die as a Homer. So yeah, the last Millhouse, you can see him running away. I don't know where he went. He must have went in here, and then yeah, he's jumping. He's gonna try and what the oh wow, that's a crazy juke spot. That's a that's a great juke spot. Okay, so hopefully you learned a few things as Homer. So yeah, as Homer, I was able to get all of the bots, and yeah, hopefully you guys seen some spots. So as long as you can jump and jump like off things and then to go back into them, that should help you out a lot, guys. So yeah, as Homer, that is an easy way to play the game, especially on most tavern as well. So yeah, one of the things you need to know about when you're Homer is you don't need to actually press anything. The only thing you need to do is just move in the general direction, and then you'll be able to kill all of the bots. Okay, so like I said, I'm trying to just scare these guys into jumping down because I know that like they're probably going to be thinking like, can I jump off here? So you can see right now there's a bot here. So all you really have to do is just literally walk into them, and then they're going to be completely screwed. Okay, so yeah, there we go. There's one here hiding on the shelves. They think I don't see them, but I see both of them. That is a really good hiding spot though. I'm not even sure if I can get to this one. There we go. That is a really cool hiding spot for the Homer, but I managed to get him down. And let's see. So some of these guys are trying to continually juke, but hey, I'm going to try and juke above. So yeah, that is a cool jump there as well that you can do that most people don't realize that you can do. You can actually jump on the front. So as long as you can jump on the front and jump backwards, that's going to give you a really cool way to go, because you could just see right there that I jumped here and then I jumped on the front. Okay, and most people don't realize that you can actually do that. So if you're Homer, you can do some crazy stuff if you're able to do that. So I'm looking for the last two. I can see one of the last ones. I'm going to pretend I don't see him, so he jumps out, hopefully. But then I'm going to go in here because he's clearly like in a position to die here. So there we go. We get that last one. And then the last one should be somewhere. I don't know where exactly he is. He's probably in that bin over there, if he's anywhere, because I haven't seen anywhere else. Another game mode you can get is unfortunately where two Homers are active. So as a beginner, sometimes it's not just one Homer. You will have to dodge two. So make sure that you're paying attention to the intermission, because that means that there'll be two Homers. Now you can see here that for me, it is two Homers for me. And the map that we're playing on this time is the Homer's Simpson house. So I'm going to show you guys quickly how you can walk through this house. Now there's plenty of crazy hiding spots, and most of the best hiding spots on many maps. As a bot, you can actually slide behind many different things. So I would say if you've been selected as a bot, try and hide behind things, because that's by far what I've realized is the best thing to do. Okay, so you can see right here, what I will always do is I will always check here to see if there's anyone there. And then since these guys are going to jump down, I'm going to just wait for them to jump down while my Homer goes upstairs. So let's see where they jump down. Now, some of them are going to jump straight off into me. And so, yeah, I did think it was a Homer Simpson house map, but clearly some of these guys are, hacking in the game. I don't know how he's moving around that fast, but yeah, so he actually made me find his friend here. So you can see I'm able to get this spot. But yeah, this is another game mode that is in the game, one of many game modes. And like I said, hiding spot behind here. I'm not sure if I showed you guys that before, but yeah, it's you have to go inside and kill these guys. This is another hiding spot that seems to be able to be almost impossible to reach for Homer. I'm not sure what this this hiding spot is. It just seems pretty crazy if you ask me, because as a Homer, I can't get in. I mean, I can like squish myself to the max, but yeah, it is a good hiding spot, because even if you do get in, it is pretty hard to get seen. So yeah,